Stories that are both a delight to read and to hear. Mary McGinnis is missing her sock. Everything runs tick-tock like a clock. It does until you're missing a sock. We never lose both, only one of each pair, and losing the sock with a hole is most rare. It's always the best of fashion and taste, and never the one we would throw in the waste. Are none of your socks still matching? Do you wear sock leftovers and many need patching? If wondering what happens to your very best socks, what happened to Mary's may come as a shock. Together her socks went into the wash, and then one sock was gone with a bubble and slosh. She looked everywhere just in case it was there, but it truly went missing, vanished into thin air. Mary's socks have red stripes and red polka dots, but the red socks with gold bells were her very best socks. When her red sock went missing without any trace, Mary thought it's her chance to solve this tough case. Mary's brother Dwayne went looking for his lost sock, and now water won't drain because of the block. Mary McGinnis wants socks that are matched. She'd find her best sock even if it was snatched. She thought that it happened in her washing machine, that washing machine where her sock was last seen. Mary asked a repairman to stop by. There was no sock found and no reasons why. Something else that he said made her eyes open wide. Your washing machine makes strange noises inside. Kaplunk, triblop, gerbil flap, and whirr-whiz-it. These are some noises it makes deep within it. The repairman next said, This missing sock problem isn't new. This morning I looked for a sock that was blue. Not just in your washing machine. The socks from your feet might even be found somewhere else on the street. It just happened 2 houses down, the 5th time this week, with a brand new washing machine that couldn't have leaked. The boys on your street are meeting next door. Their best socks are all gone, and they want to know more. One boy shouted,
They're everywhere!
Another exclaimed,
It's like a nightmare!
All the boys complained,
It's not just from hampers or dirty clothes baskets, and never shirts or jackets, or even bed blankets. Our very best socks all disappear. Even socks from dresser drawers go missing. It's clear that there's something very odd going on here.
It was the usual boy brass when one of them passed gas.
Boys sneak through my house. I've seen them myself. They are greenish and kind of look like an elf.
They come out from hiding when left alone, just to make mischief when we're not home.
They eat our socks and cause lots of trouble, leaving toys on the stairs so someone might tumble.
They stuff really dirty clothes under our beds, and clean ones are put in the laundry instead.
They turn all our pant legs and shirt sleeves inside out. They mess up all our rooms. Of this there is no doubt. One boy whined,
My pants pockets were empty, but now they're stuck shut with bubblegum, Cracker Jacks, and chocolate with nuts.
Another boy said,
I'm tired of stories about missing socks. Now our washing machine has great big padlocks.
Mary heard them all complain.
Our mothers just think we've been careless again.
Another boy asked,
How big can they be if they still stay hidden from me? They can't hide for long from us kids. We'll put them in jars with very tight lids.
Mary thought it's not right to blame everything on elves when lots of their problems may be caused by themselves. A few days later there was more to tell when a neighbor found Mary's red sock with a bell. Mary found in her drawer, folded neat, that blue sock lost by the boy down the street. Some socks disappear in a blink, some socks reappear in a wink. Mary didn't know what to think. She started believing what the boys had to say about how all the socks disappear that way. Early the next morning, while Mary's family were still in their beds, she saw those elves with socks on their heads. Mary caught one in a marmalade jar. It ran fast, but not very far. The elf explained to Mary,
"Boys don't listen well, no matter how hard us elves try to tell. Boys only just smell. Elves only borrow nice socks to stop our antennae from cold and hard knocks. Only some children have socks that fit right, not being too big or being too tight."
Now Mary knows what's going on, but she warned the elves that sock stealing was wrong. The elf then agreed.
"When people all snore, before one day more, after day becomes black, we give them all back."
The very next morning, there were millions of socks everywhere you would look. Socks filled up the whole house as it rumbled and shook. Just like magic, poof, there were socks in the trees, on the lawn, and even up on the roof. Red ones, green ones, yellow and blue. So many socks that no one knew what to do. Socks filled the whole neighborhood, too. Some socks were handmade, and some so old that they started to fade. What a mess they all made! There were ankle socks, knee socks, and sock puppets too. Striped socks, grandma knitted socks, cotton and wool, and some even looked still brand new, but not even one that looked to be chewed. There were socks everywhere, but not one single pair. So many socks, a river of socks. It floated Mary's house down 4 city blocks. No one can explain just how it was that Dwayne got stuck in a drain again. Mary still loses a sock or two, but never complains anymore like others still do. She learned that when socks go missing to some other place, even the elves need to keep their antenna safe. When a sock just vanishes into thin air, don't bother to look, don't worry or despair. If your sock goes missing, just buy another pair. Or just wear 2 different socks.